Hello, everyone. Today I'm thrilled to share my magical solo adventure at Disney World, Florida. Visiting Disney World has always been my childhood dream, and I finally made it happen. Since I planned the trip entirely by myself, I had to do an extensive research on the places of stay and the visit to the parks. Disney World has a plethora of options, and if you don't plan carefully, you can easily get confused and lost, and especially if you are a first time visitor like me. You can create an account on their official website and choose the plans that you would like based on the number of days that you have at hand. After booking, they send the tickets to the park and a card to your residence. I'm not sure if they send it overseas, but definitely send to any place if you are staying in the US. There's also an app named Disney World app that you can download, and all your details will be there post booking. That also helps in reserving dining, ordering food, and merchandise checkout. This app is super useful wherein you get any photos that you decide to click at the PhotoPass booths. I booked for a 2-day theme park ticket with a park hopper option. Now, the park hopper option is undoubtedly the better deal as it provides scope to visit all the parks without an extra payment. Now that I've shared with you the logistics, let's jump right into the magic. This is the Grand Floridian resort that I was staying in, and the resort was everything that I dreamt of: elegant, luxurious. It even had a monorail right inside the premises to take to the different parks. So, the resort has Victorian style architecture, and this is the five-storied high stained glass ceiling of the lobby, then the manicured landscapes. There are a lot of room options to even choose from. I had chosen a water view room, and this is where it was located. As we enter the room, we see the herringbone pattern hardwood floors, and the walls here showcase a blend of elegant and classic architectural elements like the archway entrance, decorative moldings. The overall color palette is soft and soothing with powder blue walls and occasional floral wallpapers and wall murals, giving away the overall Mary Poppins theme that they were aiming for. The lighting is mostly warm and ceiling light. There's a beautiful chandelier in the center, and the furniture is mostly white with upholstered contrast velvet blue headboards. Large floor to ceiling windows with sheer curtains allow natural light, and there's a small balcony space overlooking the Seven Seas Lagoon. The Seven Seas Lagoon, while artificial, is home to Florida's famous gators, lizards, and snakes. Now, the best part of these resorts are that if you want to go to any park, it's free from these properties, and there are all modes of transport, right from the buses to gondolas. This is more views of the Grand Floridian Resort as I was waiting for a bus to take me to Disney Springs. Disney Springs is a shopping complex and has quite a number of options to shop from. There are a lot of food options that you can choose from as well. Because I reached late in my resort and the lunchtime was over, I decided to have a late lunch here, and I went to the Rainforest Cafe, one of the most famous cafes, as you can see in the distance here. This is the interior of that cafe, and they have a lava lounge. I opted for some fish fingers and orange lemonade and enjoyed this view. The exterior of this cafe is a visual treat as well, and it had just rained, so you can see people with umbrellas still enjoying the view. There are a lot of options to shop from as well, and all of these have some of the other themes. There are a lot of candy shops where you get an instant sugar rush. They also have a concert, so I enjoyed it for a bit before returning back to my resort. Here, I'm waiting for the buses to take me back to the resort, and look at the beautiful rainbow after the rains. I had booked my dinner in a very fancy restaurant inside the resort, which served me some mushroom soup with popcorn and some cheese balls. The restaurants are pretty expensive but worth the experience. This is the interior of that restaurant, and you need prior bookings. And this is how the light and airy room in the morning gets converted into the coziest room at night, just with the help of the warm lighting and the double curtains. There's an electrical parade that happens every night, and you can see it right from the room itself. This electric parade is of whimsical sea creatures sailing across the Seven Seas Lagoon to classic Disney tunes. I started the next morning sipping some tea and watching the beautiful sunrise from the balcony. And what a wonderful start to the day. I had pancakes for my breakfast, which was my favorite kind, and that's the restaurant interiors. It was another restaurant in the resort. Then I decided to go to the first park, the Magic Kingdom. I decided to take a speedboat for Magic Kingdom, and this is the jetty from where the speedboat takes off, and it's in the resort itself. Walking in the main street is like entering into a storybook, and it's like reliving your childhood all over again. The castle is more beautiful in person. There are various modes of transport within the park itself that take you around and show you the most famous spots. I took a train ride, and this is a beautiful train ride which you can take, and these are all free of cost. You just have to wait in queue to get in and take the ride. Next up in my agenda was to see the parade, which happens every day twice. And I've made a separate video altogether of this parade, and I've put it in the description box if you're interested to see. I then boarded this jungle cruise, which is a double decker cruise, and it takes you through the different themes of Amazon rainforest, sleeping zebras of the Nile River, and abandoned cruise vessels. I was actually busy watching the views that I might not have taken videos of those. But yeah, it's a beautiful ride, and this is a space mountain from a distance. It takes you through all these nooks and corners of the river. It was then time for lunch. For any meal, you had to pre book in the restaurant of your choice. For me, I didn't have a lot of options available in vegetarian, so I went to Skipper Canteen, which was the only place that could give me tofu noodles. This is the interior of that restaurant, which is again in the theme of a jungle. It's right in front of that jungle cruise. I had some tofu noodles and some coke. Next up was this tree house, which is inspired by the 1960s Disney movie of Swiss Family Robinson, which was on a family getting stranded in a deserted island and how they coped up. This tree house is six-storied high, and one can get the full view of Magic Kingdom from top. And they also have small little rooms where they showcase what a kitchen looked like, how did they have bedroom spaces, and it's all artificially made yet feels very natural. As a self proclaimed chicken, I opted to skip the adventure rides at Magic Kingdom and use that time to explore another park. Taking the monorail to my resort and then another bus from my resort, I finally reached Animal Kingdom to watch the lives of amazing animals. The area is divided into continents and famous animals from those continents. I, of course, couldn't do an extensive tour, however, I did cover parts of Africa. There are also some rides that one can take. I went to the dinosaur animatronics ride, which was pretty scary. The Animal Kingdom closes a little earlier than the other parks, so if you're using the park hopper option, make sure you use that for exploring this park first. Another bus ride from the Animal Kingdom is the Epcot Park, which was the third and the last park that I visited in that day. It was a bummer when there was a thunderstorm which derailed my plans of exploring the World Showcase. Drenched and my umbrella broke, I bought myself the most expensive raincoat I would have ever purchased. That was for $24. This is the breathtaking sunset just after the rains, and there are gondolas moving as well. I couldn't ride in one of those. I straight headed to the French pavilion to have the tastiest crepes. Again, a wonderful dinner. After dinner, I did cover some pavilions of UK, Italy, and France. These pavilions mostly have shops and again merchandise of those areas. Everything, of course, is super expensive, and this over here shows the spaceship Earth, which is the highlight of Epcot. After an exhilarating day of visiting three parks, I used the monorail to get back to the Grand Floridian Resort, and then was the time to view the famous fireworks of Magic Kingdom. What a magical show! And with that, I decided to jump into the pool and relax and call it a day. To enjoy the last morning in the resort, I woke up early again to watch the sunrise from my balcony, and again, the view did not disappoint. I also ordered in some food for breakfast instead of going to any restaurant, and it was quite a spread. They also sent across the Mickey Mouse shaped waffle, which is their highlight. It was the tastiest. And with that, we come to the end of our solo adventure to Disney World, Florida. Planning this trip on my own was so rewarding, and I hope my experience inspires you to follow your dreams. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more travel adventures.